Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Good. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Let me tell you something, man. The boxing world's out here buzzing. Busy weekend, a lot going on. Tszyu earning the biggest victory of his career over Errol Spence Jr., who announced his retirement after the fight. AJ recovered from a very difficult opening round. I thought the shit was over personally. But he did the business to come back and get a knockout. And Tyson Fury, Lucky Fury, still out there, man, continuing to divide opinion after his last performance. And then you got Deontay Wilder. His name resurfaced because people out here saying Deontay Wilder looked like his career was over. But after watching AJ and Fury, they're like, shit, Deontay Wilder may beat both of them right now. Then you got to talk about Josh Kelly and how he looked. Brandon Figueroa saying that he basically feels that he sees some stuff from Bruce Carrington he can exploit. And then, as always, Big Vote. Man, please. My best friend. In case Scott and how Big Vote's name is back here in the mix. Now, look, Tszyu defeated Errol Spence Jr. Look, man, it is what it is. He boxed with discipline, invested to the body, controlled the pace, and he earned a convincing unanimous decision over EJ. But it's obvious EJ is not the same. But at the end of the day, you got to give Tszyu credit and praise that man for being composed and not going for an unnecessary stoppage. Because I think Tszyu could have stopped him. He just established control, and he could have, put his foot on the gas and really tried to violate Errol Spence Jr., but he didn't. Tszyu showed you, man, that he's a champion and that he respected Errol Spence as a champion and what Errol Spence brought to the table. And even Tszyu knew. A prime Errol Spence, Tszyu knew he couldn't beat that guy. And I'll tell you, that championship maturity that Tszyu showed, that impressed me. And it impressed many fans. And I've always rooted for Tszyu. Everyone who follows the channel knows that shit. I ain't a bandwagonist. Excuse me. I don't have a favorite fighter necessarily, but I always rooted for Tszyu. Ever since, shit, back in the day for years now. People are like, oh, man, you don't know shit about boxing. I'm like, motherfucker, Tszyu can fight. Just because he's from Australia, get out of here. He can fight. But even Tszyu, with him watching Errol Spence and showing that respect I wish they had the damn audio from his corner. I'm sure they told him, just go to the body. Don't go to the head. There's something wrong with him. I'm sure they told him something's wrong with him. But I always rooted for Tszyu, and I'm rooting for that man even more now because he could have, most of these other fighters would have tried to really hurt Errol Spence Jr. And that would have messed with my energy to see him get really hurt badly when someone knows that the man, it's off. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have been sparring Errol Spence Jr. and it's not much he could have done with me. He just wasn't there, man. But it's unfortunate. But there's a lot of respect for Errol Spence Jr. Although he lost, many fans praise his determination. They praise his heart. And everyone knows Errol Spence before that car accident was a beast. After the car accident, he was a beast. But you started to see little things in his performances where all of a sudden he getting hit, he getting hurt. He looking like he's like this thing about getting hit and turning with his hands down. There's something wrong with him, man. That shit hurt my heart to see him like that. I ain't gonna lie. Something wrong with him, man. But that's what you think. Your man got thrown from a goddamn moving vehicle. Who knows how many times his head repeatedly hit that concrete and shit. So who knows what's going on with that guy, man? Inside, internally, things we can't see. That's why I ain't got nothing to say. I just got nothing but love for that dude, man. Got nothing but love, man. Like Heavy Digging. Got nothing but love for you, baby. Nothing but love for him, man. Following the fight, he announced his retirement, closing the chapter, one of the strongest welterweight careers ever, man. One thing about him, Errol Spence was a monster. That man was just going through the man, destroying everybody. But that performance last night, you can understand why fans are revisiting that. I think it was 2019, where the car accident took place, and they wonder whether the cumulative efforts of that crash and the years of elite competition contributed to the version of Spence that we've seen in the Crawford fight, even the Ugas fight. And then what we saw here in after the inactivity. and then with Tszyu. And those questions are understandable, man, but it's impossible to know with certainty, how much one factor affected his performances. But at the end of the day, all of the supporters have simply expressed gratitude that Spence is leaving the sport on his own terms. And that's how you want to go out. On your own terms, he has no regrets, and he has all the respect. Anywhere that man goes, he'll get shown love. You know what I'm saying? He'll get shown love. Now, as far as Terrence Crawford and Spence revisited, look, following Tszyu's victory last night, I started hearing fans that arguing that Spence, who fought Crawford, may not have been at his peak. I mean, I understand the conversation, but I'm going to say this. This is my response. Terrence Crawford deserves full credit for that win because he defeated an opponent who stood across from him on that night and did what he was supposed to do. You can't blame Crawford for whatever happened to Errol Spence leading up to the fight. But at the end of the day, those kind of debates are common after a legendary fighter retires, and they're going to continue for years. And that's good because at least they'll be talking about two of these guys in a positive way, not a negative way, And speaking about someone who's kind of getting some positive and negative reviews, Anthony Joshua, he's been through a lot. I don't have nothing bad to say about AJ. All I'll say is he showed heart in that first round. Almost got stopped in the very first round, man. But a lot of the discussion centered around that opening round where he looked very vulnerable, but he turned shit around, didn't he? To see that man come back in the second round and do what he did was absolutely amazing, knocking out Pringa. But now we question whether Joshua's still at his best. I think he's very resilient, but he ain't at his best anymore. And with him and Tyson Fury, I'm just going to tell you, they both are coming off performances that are drawing criticism by observers. And I only see those discussions intensifying over the next couple months because they have a long-awaited showdown that's already cemented and going to be taking place. Is it going to still be one of boxing's biggest attractions? Yeah, I think so. Are they in their primes? Negative. But only a fight between those guys is going to answer the questions many fans want. Who deserves to win the Battle of Britain? But I tell you what, they both better leave Deontay Wilder alone. Bomb squad to this day. What did he say? Oh, it's in the documentary. Leave that man alone because when it comes to Wilder and his future, we thought his career was over. Deontay Wilder's still bubbling. After seeing Fury and AJ, I'm like, shit, Wilder can beat both of them. The punching power makes him dangerous, the speed, and he still seems to have that vicious, mean spirit about him. But again, I'm going to say the same thing with him. If you land on his chin, he up and away and shit. But I do believe if he fights Usyk, he has a chance against Usyk. I ain't gonna lie. That's what's supposed to be happening next for him. But if he fights AJ or Fury, I think Wilder will get him, man. Of course, it's whoever lands first, but I think Wilder gets there first. I do. But let's see what happens with him and Usyk. They haven't officially announced the fight. You hear the little rumblings behind the scenes that this is what's supposed to be happening. But until Usyk says it, or Wilder says it, those discussions remain speculative, and it is what it is. Now, Brandon Figueroa wants Bruce Carrington. I think if he fought Bruce Carrington would have his hands full. Especially if Bruce Carrington comes out for that fight like he did in his last fight. Carrington, I was watching that wondering, who the hell is this? I don't know what went wrong with Bruce. But I tell you what, it's a dangerous stylistic matchup because Figueroa's relentless pressure. He can crack. He smothers you. Bruce Carrington can't fight the fight he wants. His hands are always down. Bruce Carrington's. Figueroa's going to land. He could do him the same way he did the little short man down the UK, man. Let me see, Nick Ball, right? He fuck around in there and Bruce Carrington have his hands full, boy. But I think his movement and discipline could be critical if the fight materializes. But I don't know what Bruce Carrington we're going to get because that last one we saw in the ring, that ain't it. Talking about something that ain't it, Josh Kelly, he got a win yesterday. Barely survived that. Hamza Shiraz barely survived. Makes you wonder what's next for them dudes. But for Josh Kelly, he out here talking about, I want draw on Ennis. I want draw on Ennis, mate. You better leave Jerron Ennis alone. He put them Philly bing bings all up in your mouth. All up in your mouth. I get that shit. I get that shit, goddamn it. Matter of fact, that shit may go the distance because Josh Kelly may run the whole fight. But as soon as he stops and stands and trades, oh shit, bombs away. You know what I'm saying? Jerron Ennis gonna stuff his mouth with them fists like them goddamn Philly cheesesteaks. Or like how I eat that fried rice and chicken wings and shit. Josh Kelly talking about facing Jerron. Fans are looking at him like, hey, yo, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. Yeah, he's got the movement to create a tactical fight. But you look at Ennis, he got the movement too. He's got the athleticism. He's got the speed, the power, the combination punching, the wherewithal, the IQ. That man got everything. So y'all can say what you want. It's not even about the deciding factor will be if Jerron can do this. No. The deciding factors are the multiple things Jerron Ennis can do. Y'all better hold your horses and stop taking to the goddamn stupid. Josh Kelly gets destroyed by Ennis. And then, I'll tell you, the end of the day, it's going to be Ennis versus, what's his name? Cockroach Man. Him and Mr. Mosquito are going to be fighting, Sebastian Fondora. And I just think that shit is an interesting fight. I don't know about Jerron beating no goddamn Fondora. If Fondora stays behind that jab, Ennis loses. Simple. But if Fondora gets stupid and tries to get cute in there and look to go and coochie coo and tickle and chicken peck, Jerron Ennis gonna knock Mr. Mosquito, a.k.a. Cockroach Man, out. The upside down slingshot will get knocked out cold. But that shit, the 154-pound division is bubbling. Bubbling, man. So let's see what they're gonna do next. But I am looking forward to what Jerron Ennis is gonna do, man. My man is up and away. Up and away, boy. Now, someone else, Claressa Shields and Kaye Scott. Claressa Shields is always in discussions, inside the ring, outside the ring. Now they're talking about her public appearances. She just saw Remy. She did an interview with Angie Martinez in a romper. Word on the street is Claressa's going to get a romper. Now she's looking to come out when she gets down to 160 and show people how, what she say, her waist is snatched and the ass is thick. Now my booty is this. My milkshake bring all the boys to the yard. Take my thong off and my tail go boom. They say Claressa about to get a romper like Remy. I'm like, man, come on now. Then Aisha Taylor, I know it's either Claressa, one of her friends who hit me up on social media. They're like, Claressa has a lot of rompers. She's been wearing them over 3 years ago. She's not out here just trying to get a romper like Remy. And so they shot it down. But I'm just telling you this. She always caught up in some kind of goddamn, some chit-chat. You know what I'm saying? She always there part of somebody's chit-chat. Social media activity, fully activated. She training. She with Krishan Rock. I mean, Lord have mercy, man. Well, Big Goat always in the headlines. You know what I'm saying? But she can train with Krishan Rock. She can wear a romper. She can take her thong off and make her tail go boom. Whatever she want to do with all that 160 pounds of brown skin and the booty that she talk about, and whatever she want to do when she get down to 160, who cares? But she better be fully focused on Kaye Scott. I'll tell you that much. She better be focused on Kaye Scott. Because I'm telling you, the outside attention won't matter when the opening bell rings. I do think the first 3 rounds, Kaye Scott is going to be in trouble. But if for some reason Kaye Scott as the underdog is still there after round 3, shit, boy, she could capitalize if she enters the fight with exceptional preparation and conditioning. And now you see Claressa, who's, I think it's a very hard weight cut, a brutal weight cut to get down to 160. All of a sudden, she starts to slow a bit. Because when I see Claressa hitting the mitts, she huffing and puffing and shit. I ain't never seen a woman breathe that hard on the guy. Like, yo, you supposed to be Big Goat? You that tired? Shit. So I tell you what, I think ultimately the answer will come in the ring. It ain't going to come on social media. So right now, as far as social media presence, Claressa wins. She's ever on social media. Every day, she's knocking it out the box. On social media, she got the attention. Kaye Scott, no. She's chilling. She doing her OnlyFans, but she ain't out here on social media. Because she ain't worried about knocking it out the box on social media. She concerned with knocking Claressa up out the box and put them Australian bing bings all up in her mouth. All up in her mouth. We will get the answer on August 15th. Y'all keep cool. I'm about to take my sons to the amusement park. And when we come back, I'll go live and we do our Sunday thing. Y'all keep cool. Be positive. Eat something good. And I'm in the breeze.